Good morning, guys, from Denver, Colorado. We're here at Colorado Custom Coachworks, and we initially came here to hook up with an old friend, Jax Austin, but they're having an open house here of all their Skoolie and I don't even know the proper language, but I know they're school buses, but maybe once they're converted, are they called Skoolies?
I guess so.
I'm not sure, but I hope to find out.
We're out of the know on this.
Yeah, but this is awesome. It's a new experience, and that's what life is all about. So this video is just going to bear with my voice as well. The allergies are killing me, but this video is just going to be a tour of a bunch of these buses, and hopefully you can find some inspiration to fulfill your own dreams of building a bus or building a van, building a 4x4, or whatever you want in this world. Well, first stop, our next door neighbors, Tyler and Lexi.
Yep. Hey guys.
Yep, and this is their bus. So these are just going to be just 3-minute short clips. Now give us your elevator pitch about your bus.
Sure. It's One Wild Ride is the name of our bus.
Oh, I love that.
We bought it a year ago yesterday and converted it in a little over 7 months.
Wow.
That's a good timeline.
Been on the road full time for 5 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
And from California and been through like 15 or so states already so far.
Yeah, we've been kind of
You're travelers.
Yeah, we're full time on the road. We're going somewhere after this. We don't really know where.
I like it.
That's the idea, right? Yeah.
Well, let's check this beast out.
Good morning, guys.
Our cat Ruka travels with us. She's a bus cat now.
Hey, kitty.
She warmed up really well to it.
Oh, this is beautiful inside, guys.
This is it. Thank you.
This is awesome.
Custom couch cushions.
Fresh and clean.
We got a bunch of bamboo for the countertops. So full mess of it for $80.
So no off-gassing issues, or it's an environmentally friendly, good resource. Wow, your counters are like so
huge
deep.
counter space.
Yeah.
That's like you could like make bread on that, you know, like roll out a pizza crust or something.
Yeah, we definitely wanted a lot of counter space for cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
And then just a RV kind of oven. Our little shower.
Yeah.
Gets the job done though.
Oh, I like the wood.
Yeah, we don't use it too often. If we can use somewhere else, we will. But
Okay.
this is kind of like a last case scenario because we only have like 1 or 2 coats on the wood, and there's a water barrier behind it.
You turn that puppy into a sauna.
Right.
And then the composting toilet.
Compost toilet, Nature's Head.
Yep. Nice bedroom.
Yeah, we got the TV.
Then you have the door that opens.
Yeah, the rear handicap door
Yep.
was something we actually looked for.
Nice wood.
And then we reused extra flooring to kind of put that up on the back. We actually used, we had a bunch of extra, so we did like all the trim and stuff, and like anywhere we needed to add it, it's just all like the laminate flooring.
That works. Nice. Well, thank you for the tour, Tyler.
Thank you.
Okay, one last thing, Lexi. Shout out to your social media links.
We are on Instagram as One Wild Ride Bus, and YouTube. We just started our channel not too long ago, and it's One Wild Ride.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so Colorado Custom Coachworks recently moved into a new fabrication shop, and we are surrounded by buses. This is a very big facility, and they allow do-it-yourselfers to come in and use their facility because not everybody has room to pretty much build the bus of their dreams. All right, first stop, Jax Austin.
Hey.
It's great to see you again. Hooking
Always a
up is
pleasure.
always awesome.
Yeah.
This is your new project.
This is bus number 2.
Yep.
I sold bus number 1, cashed out. Expenses on it were too much money. Do I have any toothpaste on my mouth still?
No.
Yeah, just like I was traveling a lot, driving a lot. As you guys know, fuel is the biggest expense. I was not balancing my budget with my income, from YouTube and everything. So cashed out, got myself a bus and converted it to vegetable oil. Yeah.
So, we're just showing inspirational things about all these buses. So the inside you have not even started on yet. You're
a little bit, yeah. Like we're gonna start on it here this week. We're gonna make it look nice and pretty. We still have a lot of work to do. Yeah, we got a double skylight. We have this gold wing window thing that we cut out of the existing handicap door.
That's awesome.
So, but most of the work we did was engine work and structural, stuff like that, welding.
All right, so the camera's not necessarily going to pick up on all of the veggie oil stuff because a lot of it's in the infrastructure up underneath.
Yep.
But 30 seconds on the veggie oil.
It goes from a tank into a heated filter to the heavy-duty oil pump, and then on in towards the engine, wrapped in the coolant lines to keep it nice and toasty. It goes into another heater, and then it goes into a selector. So on the inside, I basically select diesel or oil. It's just like an electronic valve, right? And then after that, it goes right into the engine, and then the unburnt fuel gets returned back to the tank.
All right, shout out to the social media stuff.
Come on by the channel, say hello. Everything is at Jax Austin, Jax Austin, like the capital of Texas.
Right on, brother.
Hey,
it's always a pleasure.
Likewise.
You guys, thank you so much for letting us stay the night and come tour your facility. Yeah. So what do you got?
First we can start with the truck.
Oh, yeah. 4x4, after my own heart.
So this is kind of a branch off that we're trying to get into, touch into the overlanding side, but a bit more, as you can see, the vintage steel. Love the old rigs, and just pretty much same treatment as this. So it's sitting on an F650, front and rear axles.
And what engine are you gonna put in this?
This has got a 5.9.
Okay, so it has
generation.
it already, it's just out.
Yeah, it's sitting on the other side of the shop. Mechanical 12 valve, 2nd gen Cummins.
Well, this is gonna look awesome once it's all kitted out.
Yep.
All right, JT's turn. What is going on here?
All right, so this one's she's actually got a little Fiat 500. She wants to be able to pull it up in there when she goes on her travels. And then, of course, when she gets stationary, she'll pull it out, use it as a drive around. So the back of the bus is actually obviously going to flip all the way down and become the ramp for the bus. And then at stationary position, so when she's hanging out, we'll make it a big patio, deck hangout area. So she has to have some outdoor living. And then we've roof raised this one 20 inches. Yep.
The roof raise adds a ton of real estate.
A ton of room. It's actually below 12, still exterior. Okay. So bridges aren't a problem.
Nice.
And then inside is, I mean, she's gonna end up, I mean, I can't even touch, so it's over 8 foot on the inside.
Wow.
As of right now, yeah.
All right, so one of the really awesome things that you mentioned is that you help people pick the chassis.
Right.
Because there is a lot of knowledge that you guys have, or anybody in the industry, or that has the passion for buses.
Yep.
So you can help people choose what's the best chassis for them, right?
Yeah, exactly. So per the customer's needs, of course, that's how it always works. Mountain buses, you know, they're built for driving in mountains. Yeah. This one here even has the sanders. It'll drop sand in front of the tires.
Oh, no way.
Retarder for going down the hills.
Yeah.
This is a top-notch bus for sure.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, the interior is still a big work in progress.
Yeah. So pretty much just
flip around. Lighting. Oh, there we go. Now we have lighting.
Cool. And yeah, pretty much just gutted, completely gutted, and then we've cut all the hat channels, extended it, placed in the new hat channels. Chris, he fabs these hat channels and sells them to other Skoolies doing their own roof raises.
Oh, nice.
Even other builders. There's quite a few builders out there that uses Chris's hat channels.
Oh, cool.
They're actually structurally the correct way to do it. We match or exceed OEM standards on all of our structure.
Nice.
That's definitely a big part, big risk.
There is seriously,
it's over 8 foot, because I could touch 8
that
foot.
is so much storage space, or building a loft, or whatever the heck you want to do with it.
So the thing with the roof raise is it'll allow you to design your layout like you can walk on the side versus having to walk dead center.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
We are going to go check out some more buses.
Cool.
And I see a Bluebird. Here we go. Steve,
hey, welcome.
Thank you for the tour.
Of course, come on in.
And we have Nick from Colorado Custom Coachworks and Brittany and the stars of the show.
That's Coda.
And
Juno's back there.
Oh, hiding. Beautiful bus, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me in to share it with the viewers.
Well, welcome. So this is our bus. We've lived in here for 18 months full time. We've been full-time traveling since May 4th. We've done 10,000 miles since then. We left Southwest Florida to Portland, Oregon. We hit all the national parks, national forests, anything we wanted to do, big cities, we did it. We've paid to camp 4 times, 6 if you count parking tickets. for a grand total of like $450.
Oh, that's a good budget for
not so bad.
Camping.
The reason we're able to do it is because our bus runs off-grid completely. So we have 2.1 kilowatts of solar on the roof, and it allows us to run absolutely everything inside. We run an air conditioner, washer-dryer combo. We have a normal AC refrigerator, coffee maker. Like, we don't really worry about electricity, so it's great.
Nice.
We carry 110 gallons of fresh water. That gets us set up for showering every day, doing our dishes. We can last about a week pretty comfortably.
I like the way you designed your place.
Oh, that's my wife. I can't take any credit for that.
I like the way you designed the place. Awesome. Washer, dryer. And you guys, is this a residential
so
fridge?
That's a
freezer?
Home Depot. Yeah, it's just a Home Depot. It's like
nice.
a 10.2 cubic foot fridge.
But you have an energy surplus. So you leave your inverter on 24/7?
Yeah, so we didn't do any DC wiring in the bus. We just decided that we'd oversize to account for whatever the loss is. People talk like 20% or whatever. So we just decided to oversize based on that. And honestly, it's been a great decision. Because it's not a question of like if something is going to break, it's more of a question of when.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, when this fridge breaks, we can use our emergency exit and we just shove the fridge out.
Yeah.
And we shove a new one in and we're back on the road from Home Depot for $300.
Exactly. I'm envying your storage space. When you see what we're dealing with, you'll know why.
Well, we got like 8 feet here, and then under our bed there's a bunch more. These are all in gas assist pistons, so we have 110 gallons of water here, a bunch of hiking and camping stuff on the other side.
Sporting goods.
Yeah. And then
bathroom.
Yeah, we have a stand-up shower. It's 34 by 30 inch basin, and then just polyboard.
Wow, that's huge.
Polyboard walls that I built.
Then composting toilet. Yep. Awesome. Beautiful. I like the wood.
Yeah, it's all cedar. We built the door just with drawer slides, thanks to an idea from Christian and Alexis over at Tiny House Expedition.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And
absolutely.
now shout out to your social media.
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram at The Adventure or Bust, or you can also find us online at adventureorbust.com. So check us out.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys.
We have a to the penny expense sheet on our website too. So the entire build is itemized. When we started this build, we didn't know how much it was going to cost. So we were like really sketched out, and we had no idea how much we needed to save or whatever. So we ended up just kind of jumping in and winging it, but no one had a list out there that said what they paid exactly. So our whole build to the penny is like $27,000, including the bus, $5,000 in solar.
Wow.
So it's like an achievable cost.
It is. 27 for this? Not bad.
And so our spreadsheet's online. It's totally public. People can plug and play and change. Like, oh, I don't like that fridge. I want something else. Change it.
Cool.
And then you'll see your new total.
Awesome. That's a great resource.
Yeah.
All right. Here we are.
Welcome.
Mike.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you on the road here.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your bus.
Sure. Well, if anyone's ever seen it right now, this is the Navigation Nowhere bus. I've been living in it for about 1.5 years. It's been my home. I travel kind of full time doing DIY stuff, helping people build. I'm currently helping my friend Jax build a bus. So that's why we're all, that's why I'm here. It's where we met and whatnot. So
man, this looks very comfortable and like very open and welcoming. I like the bench seats, so you can totally hang out. And I saw you at a table here last night playing a card game.
Yeah, there's a full 6-foot dining room table inside this bus. It's stored down here below, and it kind of folds out, pops the whole middle, so you can actually dine 8 people up here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this bus wasn't just built for me. I like to tell people it was built for friends. This is one of my current friends. He's living with me for about 2 weeks, then he'll be flying out. So it's kind of fun to have people in and out, and have the space for people to be a part of the lifestyle and come visit, that kind of thing. So it's great to have the extra storage, the extra beds, to kind of have people around.
Well, and that's what one of the challenges we're facing is we're going to need to get a rooftop tent. Yeah. Because in that 13-foot box that we're traveling in, the kitchen table folds down, but really, is there going to be room for your friend's luggage and all that? So. No, it's nice to have. It is big. It is big, but it's about the purpose, and that's what I'm about. So. I like your woodwork.
Yeah, the countertops. Nice. Everything's pretty residential here. Yeah. Built it, with normal sink appliances and oven and everything. So.
Envious of how wide your counters are.
Yeah, it's good prep space.
Oh, sweet. Is that magnetic and wood?
Yep. Well, it's magnet, like cased in wood, what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That stuff. But they work.
I know wood's not magnetic.
Yeah. But questions to everyone who's going to ask, no, these don't go flying while I'm driving. They've never moved.
Wow.
So they're strong enough to take the bumps, you know, and stuff. So
That's good
it's
to
always
know.
funny. People are always like, "Isn't this gonna like projectile hit you?"
Yeah.
And like, no, like they're.
I
they're
like
good,
it, the rustic look, and I was thinking of something like that in ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like making it intentionally rustic.
Yeah. Kind of mix it up.
Yeah.
Well, coming through the kitchen now,
Yes.
you're kind of in the hallway bit with my fridge. There's a pantry right here.
Nice.
You know, it's a home, so why not have a pantry?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
And you're telling me also, very much like Steve and Brittany, they if this fridge goes out, you just go to Home Depot and get another.
Yeah, this is a 120 residential fridge.
Yeah.
It runs off my solar. It's totally there, and I did it for just the expense. Like if something broke on it, I got it for $150.
Nice.
And for me, you know, that was a way better cost than maybe going with some of those other options on the market, which are just a bit more
And
expensive.
you leave your inverter on 24/7.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of. I have it on timer, so this actually doesn't run through the cold of the night.
Okay.
So it doesn't run like, you know, midnight to 5 a.m. type thing.
Okay.
So it only really runs the heat of the day, so I'm not running the capacitor all the time. And
The flux capacitor is it 88?
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I think it draws like 6 amps when
Okay.
the thing goes, so I don't need that running 6 amps at night. You know,
You seriously
so.
need a flux capacitor.
I do. No, this thing we could do some crazy things with this bus if we did that.
that looks
Bathrooms right
nice.
here. I just put
subway tiles, right?
Yeah, subway tiles. I just put a new diverter in, so I'm retiling the face
Yeah.
there, and a composting toilet. So yeah,
Wow.
so,
That is a nice looking bathroom.
yeah, it's a full little wet bath. You know, it's really easy to clean.
Yeah.
You know, easy to take care of and whatnot. And then back here's my bedroom. It's a couch folds out to a bed. Got my nice little TV/office second monitor.
Oh yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah, it works. You know, it separates the space. People could be
Yeah,
hanging out up
exactly.
front. I could be out back. And yeah, it's good.
Thank you so much
Good
for a
meeting you.
tour.
Yeah,
And
for
we're going to
sure.
be in touch, and I know
Yeah.
we're going to see each other on the road because you're a traveler.
Yeah, I'm all over. So you'll
Exactly.
see me somewhere between, you know, the 101 and 95.
Nice.
You know.
There's a little bit of real estate there.
Yeah, a little bit. You might find me somewhere in between.
Shout out to your social media links.
Oh, yeah, if you want to find me, find information about my bus, my DIY stuff, I'm under Navigation Nowhere on all platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, website, just Navigation Nowhere. You can find me there. And if you have any questions or just want to chat, send me a message.
Cool. All right, Jax. It's always a pleasure, buddy.
It's so good to see you.
It's great hooking up
And
at a place like this.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't believe we're both close together at the same time.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it's been
We're also
like,
so close on our dreams.
true.
You know, with us moving
Yeah.
into this expedition truck and you building your dream bus,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
awesome to see people following their dreams and making it happen.
Yeah, true. And I can't believe it, I mean, it honestly feels like just last week that we hung out
In
over at
Kernville.
Fun for Louise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So definitely
So I know
wanna,
we're going to probably see you in Europe at some point. 'Cause
hope
that's where
so.
we're heading.
Yeah. And if not, I want to catch you guys on the road somewhere in the U.S. And
Dude, if you,
know.
also just want to fly out, we're going to try to get a rooftop tent or something.
that would be pretty
And
fun.
hook up with us that way.
We'll see how the channel goes.
All right. Hey, thanks
Cool.
for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to our channel, Jax's channel, and everybody else's social media networks. We'll see you later.